If you're new around here, I'm Katie, CEO of Plan B Passport. Over the last 4 years, I've helped hundreds of Bitcoiners and no-coiners secure second citizenship, either by investment, donation, real estate purchase, or descent, and build robust flag theory strategies and reduce their dependence on the state. While most of our work focuses on citizenship by investment in places like St. Kitts or El Salvador, today we're talking about something different: European citizenship by descent. This is truly the lowest hanging fruit in the sovereign individual playbook and represents an immense and easy opportunity if you are eligible. So what are the benefits? How can you find out if you are eligible? And what does the process of obtaining an EU passport through your ancestry entail? We'll cover that and more in this week's video. Before we talk about your case for second citizenship in the EU, let's first discuss the case for second citizenship in the first place. Why is this even important? Now I know what you're thinking. Katie, Europe? Seriously, really? Isn't that exactly what we're trying to get away from?
What the f?
Stay with me. This isn't about moving there tomorrow or buying into their corrupt system. It's about getting generational optionality. The more options you and your spouse and your kids have, the more opportunities you all have. And unlike Caribbean citizenship by investment programs that can cost from $250 all the way up to $500,000, this route is practically free if you qualify. Plan B. First, let's talk about our namesake, the Plan B insurance aspect of citizenship planning. As much as we hate to admit, we can't predict which jurisdiction will be favorable in 10, 20, or 50 years. This is what I've been trying to do over the last 5 years to really imagine what's going to happen in geopolitics, but you can never know. So while the EU may not be ideal on many different factors, having the option to move there or spend more time there than you currently spend is worth the minimal investment this citizenship route requires. Mobility. Second, freedom of movement. With citizenship in a EU country, you get a very powerful passport with visa-free access to 170 countries, plus the right to live, work, and study across the entire EU. That's like having 27 different passports right there. You literally cannot buy a travel document this powerful, other than Malta, and trust me, we know the market inside and out. Third, banking and investment access. Because of the regulatory standards set by the United States, having a US passport and trying to invest in projects, real estate, offshore bank accounts, etc. is really difficult these days. While your US passport might get you flagged as a high-risk client, an EU passport opens doors. And no, getting citizenship in a European country does not automatically create tax liability. The tax conversation only begins if you live there for more than 183 days per year or create what are called strong economic ties with the country. This is a huge misconception I hear all the time, and this is not something you need to worry about in the scenario where you just obtain EU passport as your plan B. Fourth, tax optimization potential. Unlike the US, these countries do not have citizenship-based taxation. So, as I mentioned, you only have to file and probably pay taxes there if you live there for more than half of the year. So, as you can see, if you structure things right, this can be a powerful tool in your sovereign individual strategy. Fifth, legacy planning, and this is huge for Bitcoiners. Citizenship planning is a legacy play. In most European countries, your kids and grandkids will automatically qualify for citizenship if you have the citizenship there. We don't know what will happen in the future, so giving your children as many options as possible, as many routes as possible is honestly priceless. Think about it as your great-grandparents' choices created this opportunity for you here today, getting on a boat, going across the Atlantic. So what opportunities can you create for your future generations? Okay, 6, quality of life. Many of the Americans and Canadians we speak to on a daily basis dream of living in Europe, actually. If not living there, just spending a lot of time there. European cities are generally safer than some American ones. The food is cleaner, definitely with exceptions, but online privacy is generally more well respected in some European countries than in the US. I personally love Southern European quality of life, especially in countries bordering the Mediterranean. Might your happiness and health benefit from spending more time in Europe if you didn't have to count your days and avoid spending more than 90 days in the Schengen area? Okay, that's why. Second, citizenship is not just important for you and your opportunities in this life, but it's increasingly and incredibly important for your loved ones. So how do you get citizenship by descent? Remember, I said this is the lowest hanging fruit in citizenship planning, and here's how it works. The most popular routes we handle are through Italy, Ireland, Poland, and there are others like Portugal, Spain, Czech Republic, Germany, Hungary, and Slovakia too. Let's zoom in on Italy. If you can trace your lineage back to any Italian citizen who was alive after 1861, you might be eligible for citizenship. Crazy, right? Half of the New York, half of Chicago are gonna qualify. The rules get a little complex with female ancestors before 1948, but we can help navigate that. We run a genealogical research to dig deep into your ancestral lines and make sure you actually qualify. Ireland. You just need a parent or grandparent born on the island. This is one of the most straightforward and quick processes in the citizenship by descent world. And if you have Polish roots from 1899 or later, you may qualify for a powerful Polish passport as well. The government in Poland is particularly interested in reconnecting with their diaspora, so let's look into that. If you want to check your own eligibility for any of these programs, head over to planbpassport.com. I will also link the application page in the comments, and make sure to see maybe you qualify for one of these extremely powerful passports. All right, another really cool thing about citizenship by descent, your children can be included in your naturalization application in most cases. Even if you never use the extra passport for yourself, your kids and their kids will have an option to take advantage of the residency, labor, and education rights in Europe. Their children too, if they choose to, and unlike citizenship by investment programs, there are no requirements about net worth, income, clean funds, crazy due diligence that takes 2 years. You can apply as you are. Now let's break down the process. The main requirements are genealogical documents like birth certificates, marriage records, death certificates. That proves the existence of your ancestral lineage, your bloodline in the country at hand. The greatest thing is we handle all the documents. We gather the documents, translate, authenticate. We retrieve the documents from European archival records. Common requirements include birth certificates of all direct ancestors in line, marriage certificates showing family connections, death certificates if applicable. Of course, your current passport copies of all the ancestrals that are currently alive. Some jurisdictions will also request police clearance certificate, as well as language requirements for just some of the countries, but not all. In terms of timeline, you can expect processing anywhere from 3 months to 2 years depending on the jurisdiction and the route. As for cost, let's break them down. Usually this program costs around $15,000. Of course, it depends on who you want to include in your application, the age of your dependents, as well as complexity of proving the ancestral lineage. And this includes the government fees, the document retrieval, translation, authentication of the documents, and our assistance throughout the process. Compared to citizenship by investment programs, or those that require your physical presence for years before you can qualify for citizenship, we recommend you take the opportunity and see if you qualify for that. Remember, we have a free eligibility checker on our website. Again, the link is in the comments. Please fill out the application. Let us see if you are eligible. It takes literally 1 minute to see if you might qualify for a European citizenship by descent. Just 1 minute. You basically just enter some basic family history and we'll tell you which programs you might be eligible for. If you qualify, our team handles literally everything from genealogical research, documents gathering, from foreign archives, the official government-ready translations for application preparation, all the management of back and forth with the consulates, scheduling your appointments, basically everything from A to Z. If you don't have European ancestry, we should talk about citizenship by investment instead. But if you do qualify, this is just a no-brainer. It's practically free, requires minimal effort on your part, and creates generational opportunity and mobility for your whole family. Hit the link below to check your eligibility, and if you want to dive deeper, book a free consultation with our team. We'll walk through your specific situation and map out a game plan. If you don't qualify with your ancestry, that's okay. You have plenty of opportunities to perceive, such as citizenship by naturalization, and of course, citizenship by investment. Okay, I'm over with my talking, so scroll below, fill up the application, and also let me know what you think of these videos and what you want to see next. See you soon. Appreciate you watching this.